What's happening, Birdie Wooster? These are the Stanchu brothers that we have found on the stream before in past years, and they just are so stylish. They look so outrageous and stylish, and we love it. We love to see it. Look good, feel good, you know? Big shout outs to all the fashion heads in the stream. I'm gonna let this roll. I think I'm gonna take out the hoodie because, of course, it's noon here on the West Coast, and it's a little warm for the moment. Let's get these guys bumping though, come on. There we go. Be right back. Totally blinged out clarinet, dude. It's so good. Seems like it's too loud. There, that's better. He does not have a blinged out clarinet. Should probably have the camera over there actually, but here it is. That's alright. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright, gonna kind of fade down the Stanchu Brothers, with also featuring Dragos Postalash. What's happening, Jonah? Or Joan, probably Joan. But you never know. I never went to the Zlatny Fest in Brooklyn. I know Golden Fest is coming up. Tell us about the Zlatny Fest. That sounds cool. Send over a video if you got one that's awesome to watch. These guys are so fun to watch. And great music, of course. I think we know them. First of all, here I just gotta pause it. It's too much. It's too flavorful. They're the Takis of clarinet players, you might say. Yeah, hey everybody, let's see. I realize now I'm looking at the stream. You know, over here at Rising Re Studios, we believe in, I gotta Google this. What is it? Ikigagi, right? No, Kaizen. We believe in Kaizen over here at Rising Re Studios. We're always trying to constantly improve things. And so starting last stream, it's me. I got a little interface so that this button is like a much higher res. And, oh, that's the ethnic name for Golden Fest. I see Jonah, or Joan. Yeah, rad. No, I have never been. I even lived in Park Slope, like blocks away from the venue, from that hotel that it was. And I was there for New Year's, and I don't know what happened. I was broke probably or something. Who knows what? That was years and years ago. 10 years ago? Longer. Anyways, so we're over here. We're Kaizening. Yesterday was a real small town experience. So I thought I had a lesson online to teach on Zoom. And I had like, okay, cool. Student, I'm going to see you. We're done. I was like, okay, also, the last week, if you'll know, I was in Malibu, if you remember. It's all burning up over there right now. Like literally, like they may have to evacuate, which is just horrible. But last week I was over in Malibu. I'm back to this, not in, well, Malibu is a small town, but this is an even more rural area. And I went up to the Home Depot to fix the handle on the shower, because I took a shower before I left last week, and then the water wouldn't turn off. So I had to turn off the water to the house. I was like, okay, I'll fix this. Easy, up to the Home Depot, 20 minutes back, 40 minutes. At least I'll have the part. Then I can do the student's lesson. And as I'm going up, I see like so many semi trucks on this little like rural highway that connects like Interstate 10 to Joshua Tree. I'm like, this is weird. What's going on? So I go up there. I come back and I'm like totally, completely stuck. It's backed up like halfway to the city where the Home Depot is. This is so weird. I'm going to miss this lesson. So in the little Nissan Sentra, I go like off-road. I'm like, okay, I grew up in this area. There might be a way. Like, let me see if I can get these back road dirt roads to get back, which like nobody does. I mean, unless you're on like a four-wheeler or a dirt bike or something. Like, you don't do that. And so I try once and I hit like a place where like somebody just put the road wasn't there. Like, did somebody put a gate to their house, like on the road? It kind of seemed like that, but who knows? It's real Wild West out here. Turn around, go on the median, past all these stopped trucks down Oak Road. Take that, come back. I got it. I get back. No cell phone, no internet. So there's a wreck in the canyon from these huge trucks. Gigantic semi-truck crashed into the canyon here. And it caused this huge backup. And not only did it cause this huge backup through the whole town here, it took out this cell phone. It must have taken out the cell phone tower power or something, and the internet. So yesterday I was completely without any of that, and I got to use the satellite feature, which didn't work the whole time. Anyway, pretty gnarly here. You know, you're only 20 minutes from Palm Springs, and yet you're worlds away. That's what's going on. What else did I want to share? Oh, I know this. Here. Let me get this up. I want to show you guys the progress on the new courses for the new site, because that's going to be really awesome. It's going to be all launched very soon. And then that's really kind of what's holding us back from moving forward on the courses that everybody wants to see. Okay, so here. Let's go back over to here. We're just catching you guys up on news. All right, this is in Safari. Where is Safari here? Why don't I see it? Why do I not see Safari? Is it under something else? Yeah. Yeah, Nomad, I am. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's something I started and then kind of like I was like, I abandoned it. Nomad Farmer's letting me know that the home page. What is going on here? Come on. How come it's not? How come I can't share Safari? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to just share. It's really weird. All right, let me try. Hang on a second, because I do want to show you the new course page because it's looking good. Okay, I know. Go back here. I'll log in here. Give me one moment. Later on the stream, very soon after I get this going, I will be going through Krampus Harmonies. That is the theme for today. And by the way, if you're watching for the first time, I'm Dallas, and this is the accordion stream where we talk about accordion and music and other stuff. But that's mostly what we do, is accordion and music. Okay, I've got this up. So if I go back here, there we go. Okay, so now I just got to expand that out here. Shrink it down a little bit so everybody can see it. Voila. Okay, so here is the new course page. So it's going to look like this. This is all kind of dummy content. And this is on the new site, which is built on Wix, which means that I can have, if you sign up for a lesson package from me, it will let you log in and reschedule, and it'll also keep track of how many lessons you've used, which is really amazing. And it has a bunch of other cool stuff, and it's like one-stop shop for all that. But to get the sound slice to work, I had to pay a developer, and then they had to build like all these like pages from scratch. So this is all has dummy content in here. But this is, I just copy and pasted that for that one chapter that I have on chromaticism and 12 keys. So this is what it's going to look like. You got the sidebar over here. I think it's looking pretty good. I gave just the last changes to the developer, and this is what it'll be. And then it'll have this whole tag system and this great categories page that I've wanted to have for a while. The only thing that I have to see is about the comments down here, which I'm not super happy about. There's another way to have comments on a page which look great, much better, and this is kind of like mid at the best. But anyway, this is going to be really good, and it's built on a CMS, which means the whole thing is like a spreadsheet that I log into. It's kind of funny. So it's like very good because it means that you can't fiddle. So you just kind of like log into the CMS spreadsheet, populate all the data, copy paste the content, and then it just turns into a web page, which should be more efficient for me and better for all of us. And it means that maybe I will, I don't know, have satisfied whatever like magical person put a curse on me to redesign my website every like 16 months or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will have satisfied it, or does the curse just expire after a certain amount of time? Anybody, any witches out there, let me know. I know we're approaching the solstice pretty soon. Maybe that's part of it too. Maybe I just have to break through this barrier. Anyways, Nomad Farmer says that they haven't worked with Wix before, but they're a back-end web developer, and they'd be down to swap development time. Nomad Farmer, yes, I would definitely be down for that. That's really cool. Yeah, it probably does make sense. I wonder, Wix has their own thing called Velo Code, which I don't know what language that uses. I'm not even gonna guess. Anyways, I got to keep that in mind. Yeah, I'd love to. In fact, what I would say, Nomad Farmer, is maybe if you're just thinking about signing up for lessons, if you're ready, just email me, message me somehow, and let me know that you're ready, and then we could like work out a barter for that. Very cool. Okay, so that's what's going on there. I'm pretty happy with it. It's resizing well. Like I said, the only functionality for this is the comments, which I realized only last night and this morning that the comments were whack and not at all what they could be on other pages. Like, of course, I was trying to build the pages, but that's not a good idea. Learning new. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I love it, Nomad Farmer. Yeah, hit me up. I mean, maybe there's other stuff, like maybe you have other acumen as well as in addition to back end web development. I don't know, but that's great. Very exciting. Okay, what was the other stuff? I feel like there was something else I was going to talk about, but that's about it. I think so. We're gonna have. I know one exciting thing to share that I'm not sure if they've promoted yet, but Joey Miskelin is going to be the professional development guest for the January series for the Accordionists and Teachers Guild. And Joey Miskelin is like a legendary American accordion player who worked with Frankie Yankovic and a bunch of heavies, and he's done Western swing and he's lived it. And I'm the one that suggested him to the committee because I think he is an American legend. I mean, he is. And he is the keeper of a whole life of playing Western swing and all kinds of music, you know, in and around Nashville, all over the country, in the Midwest, the polka stuff. The polka stuff, somebody could really pick his brain about that, but it's not me. I'm not the one. But about Western swing, I definitely want to, they said I can put together some questions for him on that. And I have questions like, kind of general questions, you know, that you only get from somebody who has been playing gigs on the scene, you know, for a long time, which is like, you know, what are the particular like Western swing, like a cool kind of basic one would be like, if you were going to put together like a set, or, you know, if you would say these are the top 10 tunes to know if you're going to sub for somebody on a Western swing gig, you know, from back in the day to today, like what would those 10 be? Are there any particular unique arrangement things that you need to know? Like, what are some unique things that you do when you come to a Western swing gig with ears, you know, like stylistically, stuff like that. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. So that's coming up. I don't have a page to share about that yet. And then, we got 3 more of these. So this is number 3 of 5, I guess. So we have 2 more. So we have next week where we're going to do a couple more standards. Next week it's going to be Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, the Christmas song. And I haven't chosen the other simpler tune yet, but we'll get into that if anybody has suggestions for that. And then today is Krampus Harmonies, which is minor scale stuff. And we're going to use the chart actually that Joan sent me. For one of the tunes for the O Hanukkah, and I was going to bust out the freebase too for that one, I think, although I didn't get out of the case yet. And then we're also going to do, let's see, not We Three Kings, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, and that's just because I'm kind of sick of We Three Kings. I've played that one forever, and I'm just kind of sick of it. But God Rest You Merry Gentlemen will be cool. And what else? I don't know. That's about it. So with no further ado, why don't we get right on into God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. Go down to QuickTime PQ. There you are. I believe it's this. It is this. Hooray! Okay. So, but that's not the tune that we're going to do. Now, I did have somebody bring to my attention that, well, she didn't tell me I made a mistake, but she said, what's the deal? In the email that I promote these, I've been saying, pick up this Easy Christmas Fake book because I'm doing all the tunes out of it. And I didn't even think, but the Hanukkah tune is not in there, is not in this fake book. So I feel like a dummy for suggesting. Sorry, Doreen, by the way. All the other tunes are. Because I had mentioned we might do Carol of the Bells, but I don't think we're gonna do that one. I'm not opposed to it, but I am kind of opposed to it. There we go. Okay. Also, in the spirit of Kaizen, I plugged in this accordion directly into the audio interface because I was listening back, and I realized how much room reflection there is, and that makes sense because this is a bare cement floor here at Rising Reed Studios West. Oh boy. You got to flick the hair forward, Then you got to flick the hair back. People with long hair know. Okay. Put on the back strap. If I can get it up the straps. There we go. All right. Then you got to flick the hair back again. Okay. So, I don't have this coming out of the monitor, but I did test it with headphones on. So, anybody out there, let me know how it sounds. The only thing is, it seemed like sometimes the right hand was peaking a little bit. Yeah, I can see that. Oops. I can see immediately it's going to red, but I don't want it to be too quiet. How's that sound, guys? And then we also need to, I need to be bigger. Here. Bring this forward. Voila. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Then I need to lower this. Okay. Yeah, that looks good, I think. So No Man Farmer said, okay, Birdie says it sounds good. There's a little peaking, but it sounds fine. Left hand is quiet compared to right-handed voice. Okay, let me turn out the left hand. Let me see if they're panned. Give me one moment here. Not panned, not panned, not panned. I don't know why. I don't know, one is whatever. Let me do one thing here. Let me see if this is on mono. Properties. This would be black hole 2. Down next to mono. Okay, let's try that. Now this is mono. Is that any better, guys? Girls, thems, fluid people. Oh, I can't have a dominant and a major 7 at the same time. That doesn't work. Okay, so I just riff some ideas. That should move, but it doesn't. It could be a secondary dominant to that E7. B7. So that's kind of a little like, a little kind of, I don't know, a little derpy kind of a swing. You can do this one at multiple tempos, right? I feel like that should move maybe to a G7. I got there too early. That I put a major 7 on there. It didn't sound good. 6? Now that I think there needs to be G7 after that to save us all from. Da ba dee dee bo. This is the thing with these really old carols. The harmonic rhythm is much more like a hymn or something you would sing, where you have a lot of these, like, where the chords change in a way that's different than like a more popular kind of a thing like we think of, like a song form, like the other tunes we've talked about, like basically most other tunes that we think of that are songs, song form. And that's like, if we think of the word song, it's usually used to mean like this general kind of thing, like, do you want a Coke, or do you whatever, can I make a Xerox? Oh, you sneezed, here's a Kleenex. But song form is something sort of more particular too, and these old ones they don't have the benefit of all that great harmonic motion. And one of the ways to look at that is, let's see if this first follows a structure where it's moving in fours, in sets of fours, essentially. Because like a lot of the music that we play is 32 bar form, and that's broken up into 16 and 16, or 8, 8, 8, and 8. Not everything, but a lot of it is. So let's see. It's certainly like the word cadence means like a stopping point, like a harmonic stopping point in classical music. So there, I would say that there is one there. How did I modulate? Okay, now here. So that's kind of like 1 and 2. Let's see if we'll have 3. And we do. Let's see. Yeah, so that'd be here. I don't know why they couldn't fit 4 on this line, but they couldn't. It's weird. No problem. So then we have more than 4 at the end. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's so weird. So if we add another one, and this I blame whoever edited this, because that's kind of like the point of having an editor and a publisher, and like this song is so old it's absolutely in public domain. But add another one. If you just add one more bar here, which I would do like a turnaround, so maybe I'll just put, for the simplicity of the whole thing, put an E7 here. Then it gets us to this kind of like that word, the word proprioception. Proprioception means like you know where your limbs are in space without having to touch something or see them. Like I know where my thumb is behind my back, and I can bring, well, you don't know, but I can bring my thumb to scratch the place on my spine that's itchy or whatever. That's proprioception. It's an awareness of where we are in space without having to see it. And I use this term musical proprioception, which we have to have for music, and we develop it. I first remember doing that in high school when I was working on the blues on piano, and eventually after playing this blues like a million times, I started to realize like I could do it without, I kind of knew where I was, some of the time, not all the time. And that got better and better. And I bet you guys out there watching know that too. So far, we're just kind of trying to take this, look at this old carol and consider the harmonic motion and what happens here. So then that makes this section then 2 sets of 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's good. I'll erase my little things. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 to the end. So now that's a little bit better. So it's not as weird as I thought. And what do we discover? It's like the same thing twice, right? Both times it cadences on the 5 chord. Now we got a new section. I'm missing that. I gotta do number 3 again, guys. Da 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 ba ba beep beep boop beep boop ba ba bum. And that's kind of that it kind of functions the same as the other ones. Da, so like every time here it's cadencing on the 5 because we really have 2 key centers, which we'll get to in a moment when we do the harmonic analysis. But a great thing to do is to do the structural analysis, to say like what is the form of this song. And it is weird because it has 5 sections, and that is, we're usually not used to 5 sections. So this is a 20 bar form, which is weird AF. I mean, could it be weirder? Yeah, it could definitely be a lot weirder. It's not the weirdest, but like in terms of commonly played tunes, that's weird. It does not follow that typical song form sort of thing. So let's see if we do what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so we have I'm going to make some changes already that I want. So I want this one. I don't know why that doesn't have a stem. I want this one to be a G7. I want this to be a G7, and I want this to be a G7. And that's because that's going to this and that's going to this. And we're going to have 2 key centers here. We're going to have the key center of C major, and we're going to have the key center of A minor. And there is like a neat little pattern. Like there definitely is like some repetition of ideas in the harmony. Let me see. Let me bring the chat forward as well. This wine is very chat forward. There we go. Okay. Boop. All right, just want to make sure I'm not missing any golden comments from the chat. How's the accordion still, guys? Is it okay? Okay. So now we can do, and we know from just checking this out, right? 1 and 2 are identical. Section 1. Now happens again. Okay, now it starts to become different. So now we sort of have the different section, and it's different in that it introduces the tonality of C major. And here's number 4. Now that just moved us back to A minor, but we're going to get right back to C major again. And then we're back to C. And the E7 every time moves us right back to A minor. So there we have, it's nice to know where the tonalities are and which chords we're choosing as pivot ones. Because those are going to be the ones that we're going to, why did I do that? I guess I don't need to get rid of that. But those are going to be the ones that we can do a lot too, you know? And when I say a lot too, I mean that we can embellish. So we can do, make them have more harmonic motion by adding 2 5s. We can do a bunch of stuff. Let's see. So let's do a little harmonic analysis real quick. This time also, every time on the stream I'm like, oh, what should I do different? Kaizen! Every time Dallas says Kaizen, drink your espresso. Okay, so first of all, let me see if I can make this gigantic. I want to get rid of the lyrics because I don't need them right now. Although it is really good. I think learning the lyrics is fun and allows us to, I don't know, you can involve more people that way, I think. If you're not lucky enough to be surrounded by people that love instrumental music. What's wrong with this country? What happened to all the people who love instrumental music? Okay. We're getting there. The chorus is always the same. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. So that fact, I mean, that gives us the structure also, that this is like the chorus, and these are like the verses, because they change, which is kind of interesting too. All right, so now we're going to do a harmonic analysis in pink. So In the key of A minor, we have 1, 5, 1. And then we have this guy, and then we have a 5. So it's like, what are we going to call that? F. I want to point out what you all feel, everybody feeling that the F feels resolved when we get to the E7. The E7 is still a dominant chord, which pulls us back to A minor. But we want to boil, or in my opinion, according to Dallas, we want to boil the world of harmonies down into 3 different behaviors. So one is tonic. So that means it feels at rest. In this case, our 1 chord is the tonic. And over here, this 1 chord is going to be the tonic when we get there. Doop. Oh boy, come on. It doesn't undo further than that. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the other ones are subdominant and dominant. So dominant takes us back to the tonic. So this one is a dominant. So like a 5 chord is a dominant. And a 5 of a 5 also has like a dominant functioning sort of thing. You can have a string of dominants. Like that. That's a string of dominants. You can have a dominant that leads to a subdominant. So if you're in this key, you could have this. So this is tonic. That's dominant. Tonic. Here's your subdominant. Dominant. Tonic. And I'm talking functioning. So the whole thing, there's three functions. And boiling it down to only 3 functions is like a behavior. It's like, how does it behave? And there's that wonderful, well, I won't get into that. Anyways, 3 behaviors: tonic, dominant, and subdominant. And so the question is, what is the F doing? Well, the F's taking us to this, to the E7. In this case, it has a bunch of the notes of D minor, which is the subdominant, like the 4. Right, you can feel that that's, you can hear and feel that that's our tonic. This is our dominant. Subdominant. Dominant. Tonic. So this one, we have to number correctly. So you have to count up from A. A, B, C, D, E, F. Boop. So this is F. So this is the 6. So we're going to call this the 6, and it's major. So I got to give it the capital. So let me do that again. Boop, 6, and it's a 6 major, and it's functioning as a subdominant, which again we need to know because then it allows us to substitute things, you know. It's like if I don't have, I don't know, what's something weird in the house that like you need but you don't have. I don't know, like it calls for baking powder and you don't have that, or like the recipe calls for like this thing that you don't have. Then you look it up. It's like, well, you could, if you don't have, lemon juice, you can use white vinegar and blah, 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 or something like that in the recipe. So we can substitute, which is great. In this case, we have all the notes. We would just substitute for a different sound. So like instead of F, I could play D minor. Here's D minor. That's cool. It doesn't have quite the Renaissance modality of... That one definitely sounds a little bit more medieval or whatever. Oh yeah, get that in there. What do I want to do? Could I do this one? I want to... that does not work. I had to try it though. And that kind of brings up another thing too. So I have some sheet music that I was going to write some stuff on. But these old tunes also, like, we're doing a lot to jazz them up. And that means putting 7th chords and 6th chords and 9 chords and playing them with this and some swing feel. Which we've been doing for 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks, whatever it is. We've been doing that. But there's a lot of other fun stuff that we can do. Let me finish the analysis and then we'll kind of bop over to other harmonies. So this is all in the key center of A minor. So that's the way we do it. Loretta invented that little roof thing. And really, I don't need it to end there. It's good for the eye to know that actually the A minor, because this whole thing is a repeat, right? So it's the same. 1, 5, 1, 6 major, which is a subdominant, and then 5. Dooga 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 doo. Dun, dun, dun. Dooga dooga doo doo dooga dooga dooga. I'm just hearing, like, I don't know, screamo, metal, more like metal, like metal, Lamb of God and whatnot. And that's because, like, that's the sounds that they use. Like, metal music is written on, like, Renaissance chord progressions, essentially, which is modal. So let's bop over to this. Well, we'll finish. Yeah. Okay, we'll go over here. Okay, so let's go over to where I have this. Where is it? I saved it. I thought. Here it is. Okay. All right. So, modal. I'm gonna, like, mix it all. I'm gonna say, like, Renaissance / Middle Ages. It's really more Renaissance sound than anything. But it's where you take your you would use chords that are from the C major scale. So you have A minor and B diminished and C major and D minor and E minor. So if you do that, you get some really you get some neat effects, especially on, let's see, if I went a little bit further, after this one we'd get F major, and then you get G dominant, and then you get back to A minor again. Boop, which I'll just write down here so we can see it. Okay, so A minor, B diminished, C major, D minor, E minor, which we usually don't think of. And this is where, like, this with the mixture of the chords from the other minor scales, because this is coming from the natural minor. And the natural minor is the same as C major. And so we get from A minor to G. So that's just like riffing a little melody using all the chords here. And it sounds the way it sounds. You know, I'll let you guys fill in the blanks with the description of how it sounds. But this is what you get from a lot of music that's written on diatonic accordions, the button ones, like Breton music. uses a lot of diatonic chords because they have to. They don't have, in a minor key, they don't have the leading tone on their instruments in the left hand. So, it leads to some really interesting sounding ones. Like, what was it? It was, there was an accordion student in New Orleans, a wonderful musician who plays, she brings a button accordion to play. And she was playing like a traditional French waltz that's from the 20th century, like a Parisian pop style waltz, like a chanson waltz that has lyrics. And every time she would get to the 5 chord, it was not a major or a dominant like we'd be used to. It was a minor chord. It was like, I don't know if it was was it La Foule? Now this one, I don't remember what tune it was, but it was so interesting because every time the 5 chord would come, it was a minor 5 and not a major or dominant 5, and that's what we're used to. So this is one sort of beginning like thing just to know about this old carol that we have, is that it's using a lot of these chords. So it borrows this one, has that one, it has this, and then it also kind of goes into its relative major, which is very common for music also. Like these are belong to each other, and we don't really have any E minors there, but we could. Okay, so all right, so let's go back to where we were. This is great because it's going to prompt me to get better at the iPad. I know there's all kinds of ways you can bookmark stuff and come back to it easily. Okay, so I could further like Renaissance it or whatever just by making all the 5 chords minors instead. So let me play it with the dominants. Is that too loud? I should probably take it back. That's a dominant chord with a major third. Okay, so now let's hear it with the minor 5. Isn't that so, like, immediately we feel like I see the tunics, you know what I mean? Like, it's so neat how that one little change. So this is not the jazz sound again, but this is like just another fun thing to do. And to know like what it is exactly, you know, to have that palette. Like, oh, I want to cook whatever, Szechuan style, blah, blah, blah. I know how to do that. I know how to cook Italian food because I know what goes into it. I know how to make the Christmas song sound more Renaissance because I know that let's use green. It would be a minor 5, so E minor here would be the Renaissance colors, and I threw some more movement in here. So I threw like we'll keep the Renaissance stuff. I threw in a G, so D, and then this would be E minor, so a little 5. And then I think I threw a C in here just to keep it going. Well, let me see if I swap these two, if this will sound better. So put the C here and the G. No, that won't work. The G won't work there because of that melody note. Okay. Da ba ba dee da dee. Pardon. Ba do da dee da dee 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 do da. I don't like that. Dee dee do. That doesn't sound good. How about a D minor? Bum be da ba de do dee 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 do do de dee da da. I don't know. More chords here is not better, I realize. So I'm just gonna keep the Z minor. Dee dum de do de do de dum da de dee da dum dee dum da dee do dee do do da do do dum. It's really fun. Okay, so that's an option if we want. Okay, now let's analyze this part. So here we have a good old 251 in the key of C, and then this is really interesting because this is a 251 also. However, it's really functions as like a secondary dominant. It's not. What it more like is that this whole thing, because like a lot of the function of analysis is of simplifying it. Like to be able to analyze it and understand harmonically what it's doing, the process is to kind of simplify it, to strip it down and see how it really functions. So it's really, this is really like a 5 of 5. So it's D7 to G7 to C major. That's really what it is. And then this one is like sort of a variation. So you're taking something that is a dominant and you're making it a subdominant dominant. So you're making more motion there. And we could do if we were to do the same thing here, it would be D minor G7 instead of just a straight up G7. Okay. Now, if I was going to put a whole bunch more jazz chords in here, I might put an E7 here because that's the 5 of this, right? And that's the thing we do a ton in jazz is we add a lot more harmonic movement. So if I start at number 3, here's the E7. And let me get rid of this D7 because I'm now going to go back to actually playing the real chart. A minor. And I think that's nice for it to rest there. Oh, tie, because that's the pickup to the chorus. Oh, ties. Bum dee da. Okay, so we have our analysis almost done. I keep my brain keeps squirrel braining around. So we're gonna do that's 251. This is 5 of, well, this is a 251 in the key of G. So it's like this is, let's see. This is 5 of 5. And this is where this whole thing gets a little weird. This is 2 of 5 of 5. And then this is the 5 of that 2. It starts getting real weird. 5 of, what do I have to call that? 5 of 6. At some point it kind of it becomes so weird. So this is 5, and then we have 1. And then we'd say that this is a 251, or 2 5 5 of 5, 2 of 5 to 1 of 5. Or, well, just 5 rather. And this is 1. This is 5 1 back in our other key though. So at this point we change keys. So this whole part, I'll use a different color. I will use the color blue. So this whole part, everything here up to that point is all in the key of the 6. And that's because if you do A is 1, B is 2, 3 is C. Oh, pardon me. It's key of the 3. Good thing I counted out loud. I would just say that for the rest of the stream. It's in the key of the 3, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Okay. So the overall key is A minor. And the song's going to have chord progressions in A minor, and then chord progressions in the key of C major. And so we give those numbers. That way we can transpose it to another key. So if we did this in the key of C minor instead of the key of A minor, we'd have chord progressions in C minor, which is the 1. And then we have chord progressions in the key of, I guess I should put flat, in the key of E flat major, which is the 3. Da dee ba dee do dee 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 do, flat 6. Da dee dee da ba, Si minor, dee dom ba dee do dee dee dee, flat 6 to the 5. Now, easy to transpose because I know things, I've learned things in numbers. So I'm just looking at the numbers here at number 3. Da 2 5 1 in the key of E flat. Da. Now I'm going to need to go to the key of the 5. So what's the key of 5? It's B flat. So I need like a 6 2 5 1. And that's really probably the better way to think about this. So we're not going to say that we're in a whole new key center here, but what we will do to make our transposing brain a little easier is we will say, we'll call this like a little mini, I'll use like a little light blue here, like a little temporary chord progression for the brain. It's not the most correct analysis-wise in my opinion, but we'll call this a 6 dominant and a 2 minor and a 5 dominant. And then that's the 1, although it is the 5, right? So that helps me because when I want to transpose this, I just have to think, oh, this chord progression's in the key of the 5. So I'm in E flat, so 5 is B flat. So I just got to do a 6, 2, 5, and then the 1 is a dominant 7. Oh, oh, tidings of. Now I get back to the 6. Da do dee dee dum, da da do da. Oh, da ba da bum bum. Now I'm returning to the key of C minor. Ba do dee dee dum bum bum. So I'm showing like the power of like how easy transposition is when you've practiced things in 12 keys, and then you learn to look at songs in these chord progressions and stuff. There's another thing I wanted to do on this on today's live stream, which was talk about putting solfege to the melody notes. Now I probably should have done solfege in a major key because like solfege in a minor key is like a modification of major key. But if we just do numbers, we're gonna say that here we're in the key of A minor. So A is gonna be 1. So we got 1 1 5 5 4 3 2 1 7 1 2 3 4 5. 1 1 5 5 4 3 2 1 7 1 2 3 4 5. Now there's something a little like interesting about that, which is like the 3 is a lowered 3 and the 7 is a lowered 7. Now if I knew that we're in a minor key, I wouldn't think at all about the 3. I would just assume the 3 is minor. But the 7 I might be a little confused about. So what's really the best, for clarity's sake, when we're like practicing this or internalizing it, is either to add, say, 1 1 5 5 4 flat 3 2 1 flat 7 1 2 flat 3 4 5, which is such a pain in the ass because it really slows you down. You trip over, it messes up the rhythm of the song. And that's why the solfege is so great. Because I could say do, do, sol, sol, fa, me, re, do, te, do, re, me, fa, sol. And in a single syllable, like me, the syllables may, like phonetically we'd spell it in English, M-A-Y is the phonetics of how you spell it. How it's spelled is M-E, which is kind of confusing because major would be M-I and minor would be M-E. So do, re, mi, fa, sorry everybody, do, re, mi is the major third, or do, re, me is the minor third. And so I think that it's super important to practice both. The numbers just super drill into 1 1 5 5 4 3 2 1 7 1 2 3 4 5, right? Can everybody sing that with me? Ready, set, go. 1 1 5 5 4 3 2 1 7 1 2 3 4 5. And if you do it like that, and you will build your memory for music, which we want. that will get built up so much better. And then you can easily practice transposition. So 1 1 5 5 4 3 2 1 7 1 2 3 4 5. So let's do it in a different key. Let's do it in the key of, say, F minor. So I'm just transposing it. 1 1 5 5 4 3 2 1 flat 7 1 2 flat 3 4 5. And that's where saying flat 7 when you're doing it is really going to remind you, the person learning this, that, oh yeah, I got to lower that one. Right? And so we do that through the whole thing. And I would suggest in this tune, like when I do it, like I'm learning the tune. It's called Stars Fell on Alabama. Me, re, me, la, la. So me, re, me, ti, te, la, si, la, mi, re, so, te, la, le, mi. So that is me performing. It's not the right key for me, but it's in the key of C. That's how I'm memorizing that tune and putting it through. So it's a part of my practice that I do, is to practice the tune, singing the melody and saying those solfege. So I say me, which is the third, and re, well, there's a third, I didn't play the right one. Re is a raised re. So you have do, re is the second step, and you can make it a sharp 2 if you say re. Re, re. So it's re, me, la, la. So, do, mi, re, ti. And T gets lowered, so it becomes te. Ti, te, la. Si, la, mi. So, re, so. That doesn't work. Okay. So that's some stuff about going about the solfege. Let me write this in real quick. So I'll get rid of the Renaissance chords, just so you guys have a visual reference for this. La boom boom bum bum. All right, so we got, this would be do, sol, sol, fa, and this one is, it looks like me, but it's actually me. You say it like me. Re, do. This one's te. Spoken like that. Do, re, me. So it looks like me again, but it's me. Pronounced me. And then sol. And then I'll put the numbers in it. 1 1 5 5 4. And this is flat 3 2 1 flat 7 1 2 flat 3 4 5. And it's the flat 7 or a sharp 2 or whatever, like that. That is one of the reasons why this system is more beneficial in the musical context, because they're both numbering systems. They absolutely are. Solfege is a numbering system where do means 1. It's the same thing. But the purpose of the solfege is to make it more musical, more singable. To have a numbering system that is more musical and more singable. All right. Cool. So we got that. Let's do let's spend a little bit more time with this, and I'll put on some chords. So when we're doing the 6th diminished scale, like I want to do, when we have minor, it's only the third that is going to change between the 6th diminished scale in a major key and the 6th diminished scale in a minor key. And that's really cool to know. So like this would be A minor 6 as opposed to A major 6 if it were a major. So let's see. And then every other one is going to be a G sharp diminished, just inverted. So G sharp diminished, G sharp diminished, G sharp diminished, and G sharp diminished. And then these ones are A minor 6, A minor 6, oops, A minor 6, and A minor 6. And so the other cool thing to know is that this song, like I said, we looked at it and it has two key centers. It has the key center of A minor. And so for a lot of those melodies, you could use this. So if I do do, do, sol, sol, fa, me, re, do, right? Like that. That one, I'm not sure what we're going to do that with that G. Now, going on to the next section, we'll talk about that. This way I can sit closer. If I play this on clarinet down the octave. So you see what I'm doing is I'm harmonizing the melody. So melody is this one twice. And then this one. And then this one. And this one. And this one. So it comes down the scale, right? And that's with those chords. So let's go back to the book and I can write it in. So here I need an A minor 6 under it. So it's got to have an F sharp and an E and a C. And this is the same. F sharp, E, and C. And this one also is going to be an A minor 6 because it comes out of the scale. So like that. However, then when we get here, let's see. We could change that or we could keep it. This one is definitely going to be a G sharp diminished. And that will be a natural F. So if I was playing with a band and there was like a guitar player that was going to play an E7 strongly on that downbeat, I probably would play maybe something like that. So I have, see how this is kind of the same shape there? And the bottom notes are all the same. So here's the beginning. Let's see down here. Let's see. You guys don't see the next measure yet, but... And this is where you kind of set the correct harmony, because using the 6th diminished system, everything's either going to be an A minor 6 chord, harmonized with an A minor 6, or harmonized with a G sharp diminished. And so because the chord that's happening here is E7, that is the same as the G sharp diminished sound. So I'm putting the bottom parts of the G sharp diminished here, and then because the melody note is E, I'm just sort of adjusting it. So let's see. And then we're just going to come right on down the scale. So it's going to be A minor 6 here, like that. And then G sharp diminished. Because even though this whole measure is A minor, that's what gives us the motion that we love. This constantly shifting. And assuming you're not playing it at like a funeral dirge tempo, there was me playing my left hand on A minor and my right hand, or so A minor, A minor, A minor, and technically that clashes, but it's happening on a weak beat and in between in this direction, so it doesn't feel wrong. It just feels like a wonderful tension. A tension that resolves. So this is E diminished. And this is just a little lesson on how to add the sixth diminished scale. Then this G is not in the sixth diminished scale. So we need to figure out what to do with it. As well as what to do with the F major. So I need to play around with it. Because my first thought is that this could be a C7. That would be nice, and it would give us a nice pull there. So let's see. Up here. Hear that? It really pivots us to the F major sound. So right, all of a sudden we're in the key of F. So that's kind of nice. And those all work. So here I'm alternating. We call this a common tone diminished, if you want to use the nerdy terminology. But I'm just going from F major 6 to F diminished, because these notes are in an F diminished. And that's the thing that I've learned, is you can throw a bunch of additional diminished in there. As long as you have that diminished shape, a lot of times it's going to sound great. So this has the A flat, and this has the A natural again. And this has the A flat. And then here I did a widespread, like a more open voicing. I think I put an F natural on that. Is that true? I know. Okay. This was a D. There's G sharp there. So I did a drop 2 on that one. So here I'm keeping, like, the point of this is using F diminished 7 to keep a similar sound. Because it's like decorating a room, I think. You know, like you got your two colors, brown and green, and that's kind of what the room is. And like, you don't want to just grab any old color, you know, like, and there are ways to mix like a radical color in there and have it look right. But I can't think of a better metaphor right now. You want things to match. So since we've chosen this, we have 2 bars of sixth diminished scale. That sounds pretty matching. I halted a little bit to think about what I was doing. Let's see. So there I did something a little bit different. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but here I went ahead and I did something a little bit different. On this line, I kept it with the A minor. But on this line, since I knew I was going to add the C7 here, I went ahead and extended this temporary key center over here. So I added the G minor in front of it, which makes, this is a 5 and that's the 1. So this is the 5 of that. This is the 2 that goes before that. And that allows me to, let's see, let me get rid of this. I think I can erase. No, I can't because of lyrics. Okay. So let me write in the voicings that I'm doing. There's a B flat, and then I kept that. Let's see. And then I did like a diminished sound here. Flat 9. There. So there we have a 2-5-1, which is now, I mean, this is a really indicative of the jazz sound, of what it is to do like jazz reharmonization, which is to make things more chromatic. And this is an example of what being more chromatic means. So it means we're emphasizing a new key center here. Even though it lasts just temporarily, we're emphasizing we're like really gonna do a little into the key of F major, and then we're gonna go right back to A minor, like that. And so that makes it like jazzier. It doesn't mean we like it, but it's in that style. So let's hear that second line again. And this one I like having that let's see, how did I do that? I don't know how I did it. But I had this little like A to G sharp resolution. And I kept more stuff in the chord there. So let's see. I could write that. Let me rewrite this as that stays as a half note and that stays as a half note, but this is a quarter note going to there. And that's a sus4 that then is resolving to a third. So suspension that's resolving. I like it because it sounds churchy. Those are so we could go on and add more and more of these jazz chords if we wanted to. Do I want to though? I don't know that I don't know if I do or not. I think I want to go on to another tune. But this is here this is a lot on this, you know? Let's see. We talked about like the modal sort of stuff, the sort of Renaissance harmonies. We talked about analyzing it, adding more harmonic motion, figuring out like the form of the song, you know, the structure of the song, and really understanding that there's, you know, it's 5 4-bar sections essentially this way. And all of that contributes to our understanding and ability to move around and play with it. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go on to the other tune, which is going to be this O Hanukkah tune. And I'm going to get my free bass. I haven't played my free bass in a little bit, so we'll see what happens. It's also in the case behind me. So one moment. Okay, Accordion Paradise. Thank you for asking a question. Let me go back to that. The question is, what is in the left hand over the common tone diminished? Just F. That's the answer, but let me get to the chart. So, song starts with a G. So, Accordion in Paradise is asking about this measure and this measure, where I said that I did the common tone diminished. So I'm just playing F major in the left hand. I'll go really slow and we'll hear much more of a clash. It's still, it's because of the momentum, right? The melody's going, let's see. It's moving up, and that can fix a lot of things, or it can make it so it works. What seems like it really clashes, because I'm just doing F major over here and F bass. It works. So that's what's up. That is what that is. And the reason I did the common tone diminished and not its own diminished, like the sixth diminished scale, is because the B natural isn't in the scale anyways. It's not in the scale of F. So we got to kind of use It has to be modified, I suppose. Cool. Thanks for asking a question. And anybody else who has a question, ask away. Okay, so here's O Hanukkah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this verbatim, because a lot of piano stuff can be played on the freebase, whether it's a C system or not. Oh, shoot. Wait, I meant to hook up another microphone. Give me a second, guys. Because otherwise you won't be able to hear. The freebase doesn't have a mic that I can plug into it. So give me 1 second. I'm going to turn off the phantom power, which is going to sound weird for a second. Sorry. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. What do I need to do? I need to turn off just turn off the phantom power. Bye. Okay. So let's see. That works. And this one is going to come around over here. Let's see. Yeah. But what's up? This is not registering anything. Why not? Oh, because it's not plugged in. Okay. Where is the end of that one? Sorry, guys. It's because I went to Malibu. I didn't hook them up until now, so that goes there, which goes to there, which goes to there, which comes up there, which goes over. There it is. I found it. Okay. Turn off phantom power one more time. Okay. Now we should have some juice. Okay. Can I sight read this? Let's see. So we gotta. And one thing about this tune is there are no harmonies written. So this happens a lot in music, and we'll have to analyze it. No, to the D minor. What's that here? And then the next page. All right, so let's listen to So this is great. I haven't played with this tune at all. Okay. Oh, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's see. Come light. Let's see. Don't light the menorah. Come. Let's see. That's cool. All right. I'll go slow first. All right. Let's see. Very full. My bad. It should be here. Okay. So that's kind of the arrangement. That's written here. So this is great. So the first thing that I need to do, that we all need to do, is we need to like analyze it and see what's going on here. I kind of want to rotate this, but I'm afraid what will happen. You guys can see that. It's okay. Just so I can put some stuff on here, I'm gonna remove the base of the menorah here. All right, so we're in the key of D minor, right? And this is definitely sort of modal. I mean, there's not a whole lot of modal. There's not very many chords to it. It basically goes between D minor and F major, and that's about it. So that's great. It's like lots of possibilities here. Either way is great. If there was a ton of chords, that would be great. If there's not very many chords, that's also great. So the first step is let's just like mark what's here. So this is D minor because D, F, and A. That makes a D minor chord. And then this is just adding the A here. So that doesn't change the chord at all. This one is pretty interesting. So like, what are we going to call this? What are we going to call that flat 6? That's really interesting. Let's see. It functions like a suspension, you know. I'm just gonna call it D minor flat 6. I don't know. I immediately go to like Matt Pod, and like I think of like there's a lot of songs like Wicked, like those Broadway songs, have a whole language of not necessarily like, you know, Hanukkah chords, but Matt might have a name for that. I don't know what it is. I don't have one. So we'll call this D minor, and that's the deal. Then we have more D minor and D minor flat 6, which is going to be interesting when it comes to the Stradella accordion, which we'll do in a moment, or what to do with that chord. I wrote flat 9, but it's flat 6. Flat 6. And then here we have F and A, and so I'm going to call that an F major chord. So F major. And that makes sense because F and D minor are relatives. They have the same key signature, which is 1 flat, which is F. So there's a very common movement for a song to either use its relative major or relative minor, whichever one it is. So, and then we have like we have C7, because that's what this is. And then we have F again. No, we have back to D minor. Okay. And then we have F. So, and this is where it's not following our common movement. Like, you could call this like a deceptive cadence. Let's see. And then, or not. But anyway, we're back to F major. And then we have again C7 to D minor. And that's the harmony of that page. And then let's see. What are we going to call this? So this is all D minor. D minor, D minor. And it's like a, where? It's like a little call and response. So, bum, ba, 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 ba. That starts there. Dim, da, ba, ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's a call and response that answers. Whoa. And while we, oh, it's not. And while we are dancing, that's what it is. Bum, bum. And then they come together. So it's a little, I don't know if this is usually when people sing it, it's like this, or if this is just a simple piano arrangement to do with it. And while we are dancing, the candles are burning low. So D minor. Then we have a G and a B flat. So I'm going to call that a G minor. And then this could be an F. Let's see. Or it could be a D minor again. I feel like they would, let's see. We definitely have this little line, A, G, and F, and E, which is taking us all the way down to D. So A, G, F, E, D, which is cool. We love that. So in this case, I will say this is F minor, and then this is probably like an E half diminished. So... Okay. G minor. This is I would call that D minor actually. G minor. And I would say, but over, this is over D. So it's like a pedal. If you have the pedal, and it's because that one is held there. And the movement happens in the melody and then in the sort of the upper voice. So that's why I call it a pedal. And a pedal is just what I did. It's where you hold a note, and in this case, over that D, you have a D minor and then a G minor, and then a D minor. You could have others. You know. Let's see. This is the pedal from Thriller in D minor. This is the Darkness Falls Across the Line, the poetry part where Vincent Price is reading the poem. That's all over a pedal. All kinds of stuff are over a pedal. It sounds very, in this case, real dark because it's a minor chord, and it creates this tension. So you have movement, but also tension, holding and movement at the same time. So again, this is D minor, it's G minor over D, and then D minor. And I would say like we could do something with that. Is that like this is such a simple arrangement that's really like a lot is implied. A lot is left to my devices as far as what I want to put there and the sound that I want. So it depends on if I want a sort of a Western harmony, a functional harmony sound, or do I want a modal harmony sound? And I think at first I'm going to try like a modal harmony sound. And then this is just a little cadence here. So most of the song is D minor. All right. Well, let's go back over to the stradella. Or, well, let's see. Well, I have this on. So I might do these like larger chords on the machine. That's one of my favorite movements. Now I gotta go to F. I need to figure that out. That was cool though. What did I do? I did diminish. That is so neat. These are things you could do more like a guitar player on the free bass. So just working this out. So I'm starting on D minor here on the second line. Now this would go. No. That should be an A. Let's see. Oh, F. Could it go? Jeez. And then back to the F. I'm getting stuck where the F is coming up. Sa va dee dee dum dee da ba dee da. Then we need to. Could it be that? Get to C7? No, that doesn't work. Maybe it needs to go down. So, I want to go to the F, but it doesn't. It goes to D. Da da dee dee da 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 dee 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 da, and that repeats. Let's see. So I'm thinking about like all this emotion that I can add, which is like harmonizing. It's sort of harmonizing or supporting the melody in the left hand. So in this case, I did like these. Let's see. Let me do this first. Okay, layer 1. How do I get into another layer? This way? Okay, add a layer. So this is going to be, we'll say free bass. So free bass layer, I'm adding this, oh boy. It's going like this. Here's what I'm doing. Is green good? So this is like so that's gonna be it's like an E diminished or an A7 over E, although there's no, so it's like this. Let's see. And then this is, the next one is like a D minor over an F. So it's F, D, and then A. It's not that A though. It's this A up here. So let's see. So that's what this is. So the green, I'm playing the green. And that's a very common way that I create movement and motion on the Machino. And I do something very, very similar on the Stradella. Same idea, I just can't break up those chords in arpeggios like that. So, oh Hanukkah. And then we get back to the... there I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm just... different in that it doesn't match that, but I'm just going back... I'm going back to this previous one. So I'm kind of just walking up and then back down. That was E, C sharp, and G here. Like that. And then I would do the same thing on the second line. E da da da. La dum dum, that's. Don't get your earring caught in the bellows folds. And then now we're here. So I should maybe keep something similar going. That was cool. That was doing the same thing. So the same similar walk up. No, it's this one. But do I want to go there? See, that's the thing. I can't really. I could. So if I do that, it makes it so it comes around again, the whole thing. But I think I want to go down like I was figuring out before. So it's where I had like this descending thing. I kind of like that. So my left hand, I'm constantly thinking of these lines. And in this case, I'm thinking of an end point of C. So I start on F, and there's an end point of C. So on my left hand, often I don't hear exactly what I want, unless I'm... often I don't. So I kind of need to like try it out a little. I got to experiment and sort of work it out. So what I just came up with that I'm going to see if I'll stick with is this. Some sort of F, some sort of E, some sort of E flat, and some sort of D. And when I say some sort of, I mean that's because that's what's at the bottom of this arpeggio that's going to come off of it. Because like this is a D minor arpeggio, and this is an E diminished arpeggio, and so on. So it doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to actually be that these are going to be the roots, like they very well might not be. But this one, the first one, is definitely going to be a root. So F major, because that's I want to make sure that this to honor the song, you know, to play the song properly, we hear that F major sound. And then I think I could do that, or I could do that doesn't work. Then it's gotta go C. That just doesn't sound right. C7, oh boy. My brain's going, escape, switch to the Stradella. Maybe that's what it needs to do, is just be a really kind of a complex movement in that bar that I'm working on, where I have F, E, E flat, D, and then just maybe it just stops on this pretty vanilla sounding C7. Maybe not though. There are so many variations and possibilities. I'm not sure, but I do want to get to this on the Stradella, so I'm going to go ahead and switch now. But there you go. There's some basic ideas. I love the free bass. I haven't played this in a minute, so it's fun to come back. But again, I know there's definitely, like, Bertie Wooster plays free bass and loves it and is probably loving this. But I'm conscientious also of the audience, of all you guys, and how probably most of you don't play free bass. So I want to make sure I get to both. So now I'm going to grab the other accordion, and let me mute this second microphone, or rather turn the fan power off. And then I can turn this layer off. See, I'm getting better, guys, at 4 score. And then we'll call this Stradella. Stradella. Okay. And I guess before I turn that off, I'll show you how I would play the same thing on the Stradella. It's going to sound a lot different because it won't be those broken chords and all that. Bertie Wooster says free bass is really fun. It is, man. Or isn't it? Bertie Wooster, do you have any, like, my prediction was that you got a B system free bass and then eventually you're going to want a B system right hand. I wonder if that's true. Okay. So as far as the left hand movement, sorry. Oh boy. There it is. You can do that, or you can do dominant. Oh, Hanukkah. If I use the diminished, Hanukkah, light the menorah. Dee da 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 ba da da ba ba de do da do no da da. I don't hear that 4. I had it. Hey, da. That does not work on that one. And so it probably won't work on this one too. So it's just the thickness of the chord, how the harmony is so much louder, and it's a different voicing. It has different notes in it. So that doesn't quite work there. If I just went ahead and did the other part, gather round. That doesn't work either. I mean, it does. Something like that, I suppose. Yeah, but I don't. It's not working enough for me. So I'm gonna turn that off and then kind of try to think of a more Stradella kind of thing. So it says brightly. Now here, I could play like a G minor. There, I'm thinking. No. It's not good. It doesn't need all that movement right there. That's not good. Okay. So, So that's one thing that I'm trying to do, is get this in this arrangement, which is the main way I know this song so far, is that this B flat note is really cool. It comes out of that, and my accompaniment is fine, but it doesn't bring that out so much. So what we could do is we could take this line that I'm not doing a good job of drawing, but this note, this note, this note, and this note, and I could try to put it under. That's gonna be tough. I could bring it up closer. No, that's not gonna work. It might actually. I don't think I need all of them. I think really all I need is this one and this one, that's much easier to put in my hand. So, and then I want to show you what chords I did instead. So instead of the D minor flat 6 chord, let's see. These chords will be in blue. So this is D minor. And the left hand is playing like bop, bop, bop. So bass chord, chord, bass chord, chord. So it's like that. And then with D minor here on the upbeat. And then a rest here. And then another D minor on the upbeat. And then same thing here with the D minor on the upbeat, a rest, and then another D minor. And then on the downbeat is and here, this one, to get that B flat sound in there, I'm playing a G minor. So this is like a G minor chord here. I guess that's really how I should write that. Here, let me erase this and do these better. So that really should be like that, and that should go to there. And yeah, that should be like that, and that should go to there. And the stem should not be like that. The stem should be that. Stem's coming the other side. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and like that. So a rest and then another G minor, and then this one would be back to D minor. And then something similar. So even though I changed the chord, it's not coming out enough. So again, I need to put the B flat in my right hand, which I will. I'll write it right there. And in fact, let me get rid of the lyrics here, so it's a little bit easier for us to add stuff. People always wonder how I do this. I'm just using a white, I'm just painting over the lyrics in white. It's just the white tool, the white pen or whatever, white ink. Okay, so and then, so for this, I like the B flat, but I want it to resolve. So that's that part. Cool. I like it. It's kind of catchy. It's very simple, but it's got movement in there now. So there, and we're taking this. This is another thing too that's cool, is just to share with you guys how to take a piano arrangement and how to accordionify it. Oh, I see Bertie Wooster's response. He said, "I love piano accordions too much. They look cool and make more sense to me." I feel you, dude. That's why I still play piano accordion. So then, okay, so this kind of completes this little theme, this first little section. I would call this the first section, and then that repeats. So, trying to think how I can... In this case, I went up because I can't help myself. So... Is that what I did? How did I do that? What did I do here? Somehow I went... Could I do that? No, that doesn't work. That does not work. What did I do? It's really not feeling Hanukkah-y anymore. We could do that. A body. I'm just trying to get more motion into that F major part. Maybe it doesn't need motion. Let's see. Let's see if I don't put any motion, meaning I don't try to do anything fancy over here in the left hand. Just keep it with this. Okay. Ah. Dang it. Sorry, everybody. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I don't like it. See, and this is how I do and how I suggest you do, is you have to like play into the thing. You know, you come up with an idea, you craft it, and then you have to backtrack and hear how your idea goes into the next idea. And this, it just doesn't match to me in a way that feels good. Okay. There I'm... I kind of like that. That keeps... You know what that does is it ups the motion. So this is... That pedal, it really creates this tension, like, nah, you know, like a cat that's trying to get out of your arms, or like, you know, the cartoon with somebody running and someone's holding them by the shirt collar, like, nah, they're trying to go, and then you let them go, and that. So after this, I kind of want to get more emotion. Let's hear how that sounds with the melody. I forgot the harmony. It should come back again. It's getting there. Let's see. what is it? What am I looking for here? Dee da be dee dum. Bum ba bum. Bim ba bum bum ba bum. That's pretty fun. All right, I don't know. So, as in all art, if we learned anything from Thomas Edison, we learned work on something till you give up and then work on something else and then come back to that thing. So I'm going to skip that part. This part, this is exactly my shit. This is my jam right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this descending line here, although they start on the A, which I could do. So what that is it's D minor over A, which I'll show you on the... So my third finger on the bass, my second finger on the D minor, and then I'm going to do a G minor with a G as the bass. And just for completion's sake, I'll write over G, so we know. And then F over F. And then G minor over E, which is a jazz chord, sort of, half diminished chord. Then we wind up at the D on the next line. Oh, let's see, dum da 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 dee dee do dum, dum da 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 dee da do dum, dum. This is probably too wild for like to jam out with the family or whatever, you know, for Hanukkah, but maybe not. It's more of a, what do you call it? A recital type piece, a listening piece. But it's good. Da, 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 da. Now, I'm going to keep going with this idea. So I'm going to go bum, beam, beep, beep. I'm going to go D, D minor, and then C7. We're getting modal, then B flat major, then A with a D minor. So D minor over A. So that's really what's going on here. Let me go here, since I'm not using different chord or different colors. I'm going to turn off the... Wait a minute. Shouldn't I have the Stradella? What? Come on, I created a Stradella page layer. You gotta be kidding me. What? What happened, guys? I'm so confused. I had a Freebase layer and a Stradella layer, so what happened? Is that only for each page? Do you have to do that on every single page? Let's see. If I go back to this page. Oh my gosh. Oh, because I should have used score layers. Ooh. Okay, I'm learning. Okay. Well, okay. Dang it. Okay. Kaizen! Yeah, okay, D minor. Here, we're on this line. Ding dong. What's that going to be over an A? A. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now the next line. We're gonna keep going it. That's cool. So now we have like this big, long, descending thing. Let me Let me write all this in a different color. Since the page layer is not going to do it. So I'll put under D minor over D. No, D minor over A. G minor over G. F over F. G minor over E. Okay, so that's this. Now I'm going to keep this going. So it'll be D minor over D. It'll be C7 over C. It'll be B flat over B flat. It'll be something over A. Maybe A7. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so that's going to take us all the way to G minor over E and A7. And this is D minor over A. This is G minor over G. This is F major over F. So we end up kind of having like a loop, and then that's all going to cadence there on that 2-5, minor 2-5. Okay. The candles are burning low, one for each night, and they will shed a sweet light. That's a little funky. It's okay. Bum bee ba bum. So many different sounds we can get here. Let's go a little. It's probably way too loud. I'm looking at that. Shit. It's too low down there. Next page, sorry. Bum bum bum. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I'm really hearing a lot of these diminished secondary dominants, which are more kind of grabbing from some of the Verdi whispers into it now. Is it too loud? Is it like blowing it out? I can't tell because I don't have the I don't have monitor, like I don't have the headphones on to monitor this. It seems pretty loud. Just so when I do stuff like this, I love, if this is the kind of the sound I'm going for, the secondary dominant, which is an E7. Say an A7. And you can also think on this E7, that's the sound. So a G sharp diminished. And then a C sharp diminished over the A7. Now I still need I'm not sure what to do. Bumpy-day, bumpy-day. Now how would this burn? Let's see. The candles are burning low. There we go. So this is really like, I cannot say this is at all any sort of, you know, Jewish celebration music or musicians inspired. I'm using a mixture of stuff that I like. But here I liked where I added a secondary dominant of that. La di da dum, so it goes da di da da di do dum di da dum. So this becomes a D7, and then even over an F sharp counterbass. So the bumps bum dee dum is the movement of the bass. So I would get some grooving motion. Now here, so that's for these two, and then I'm doing an E bass over here, over the G minor. So this one then, I'm going to put an E7 there, because that's the 5 of that. And then over this one, I'm going to do a C sharp counterbass. Bum-be-dum. So that's all for this last line. Let me start at 1 for each night they will shed. One for each night they will shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. And bom-dee-da-dum. It needs something there, man. It's just too. Let's see. Da do dee dee da do da do. Let's see. No. So I kind of like that. This one's got to be a C sharp diminished, because that again functions like a dominant. That leads us, that closes it off. And so this here, I was trying an eighth notes F major descending scale. But if I want to make C as my ending point, maybe I need to start, let's see. Let's see, I gotta start on. No. Boom, beep, beep. I think that's kind of like the idea I like the best. And ba-bum. And then to the next part. Boom, beep. Right? Bum, bum. That's it. Boom. I don't have the lyrics, dang it. Oh, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, I don't have the lyrics because I erased them. All right, that's really fun. Cool. So, again, that's definitely a reason why I love the Stradella, because it grooves. It can really groove in a way that I am unable to do with the Machino Freebase to get that same punch and all that. I can get all the beautiful arrangement stuff. All right, ladies and germs, all the pronouns, all the genders. How many did Joe Biden say there were? At least 3. Yes. So thank you guys. This is great. There's going to be definitely one more, like, Dallas busts out the iPad. So that'll be next week, and that'll be let's see, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and then a carol. I don't know which one. So carol, and then the one after that is Christmas Eve, and I want Christmas Eve to be there was like 2 years ago that we did it, and it was great, and I just like found all this like Christmas music being played on accordion, and then you guys in the chat like contributed stuff. You threw stuff at me, and that was really fun. So that's what I want the Christmas Eve one to be. So not so much me playing and talking about how to arrange stuff or harmonize or whatever. And that's what's up. So everybody have a wonderful week. Be safe. Play lots of accordion, and I'll see you guys next week. Ciao, ciao.